Disclaimer: the following video is an uncut version of one that was previously uploaded in separate parts to accommodate YouTube's 15-minute limit for non-verified users. With the video being old, there may be some statements which I don't stand by or regret making. Please keep that information in mind. And as usual, this video contains content which is unsuitable for a young audience, and please do not harass any users I mention here. With that done, roll it. Somehow, I lived through watching a Roblox dev when marathoning Video 43382's works. Thank goodness. Also, my 3-year YouTube anniversary is nearing. Here's a special intro to go along with it.
Stop disliking my videos! Stop disliking my videos! Stop disliking my videos! Stop disliking my videos! Ah!
Hello viewers, Mamigism here, and as you know, my channel is a community filled with free-thinking individuals who express different perspectives than me. Since when? Unfortunately, I feel the need to talk about one of them today. Enter the Package Reviewer, a recent entrant into the bracket Automagic Frozen Angel Demon Slayer ranting complex. Now I will say, this was someone I had high hopes for after enjoying his rant on Loudhouse DeviantArt account, FunnyTime77, but signs told me he would likely squander in the future. Normie meme suckage. And his second rant was significantly shorter than his first, not helping his case with the mediocre commentaries being made on topics matching what MySpace and the ranting community does. Almost entirely derivative to my fare. The bigger question is why he's getting influence from my garbage early commentaries. Well, that and Frozen Angels and more traditional commentary community scrubs. To his credit, his works did catch back up ever so slightly. Still, I don't see a high likelihood of another rant of his with the same power his first embedded. For the rants as a whole, holy moly they are repetitive. Holy moly are they repetitive. Not funny! If you ignore the rant on Kolobi Productions, all of them are of Loudhouse fans on DeviantArt. I'll show you guys some of the recent ones so you can get a feel for the overall theme. The newest one feels like a perfect starting point. Fuck, he made another one, frick.
Hello everyone, the Package Reviewer here, and do I have a fun person to tackle on in this video? If you thought that Bartoons was brain dead, I have found someone else who is even more brain dead than Bartoons.
I'm afraid I'm too derivative of a ranter. I should try to think of more creative lines in the future. So when someone reminds me of my own work, it's harder to excuse. Though to his credit, I'm far from the first person ever to say a statement like that for an introduction.
His name is Ace Moonthunder. He was formerly known as Aiden Moonshine back in early 2017. Ace Moonthunder is, and I shit you not, 12 years old. Well, I guess that explains why he acts so brain dead.
Listen, you ageist prick. Age does not determine intelligence. Arguably, it does make them more insecure or prone to making a stupid decision, but the term brain dead isn't one I can apply to Ace well. He's just someone who legally can't even be on the platform saying and doing silly things. It doesn't take a genius to think that they may not be ready for social media yet.
Now for his art. His artwork is just outright atrocious.
Not really sure if these would constitute as atrocious. I can tell we at least tried with the image on the top right. Whilst the others are just kinda mediocre. I gotta give nods to that window label, however.
He changes the most specific details into what his quote-unquote OC's personality is. Why is OC in quotes? Well, he stole someone else's OC from a user by the name of Aiden Lunarlight, and used it in his old account, and he still uses it on his latest account. Now let's look at the redesigns, shall we? Not only has he disabled the comments on all of these, but he redesigns these pictures for reasons that practically no one gives a crap about.
Ace cares about it. Liar.
Also, this picture right here is a reference to Metaton, which is supposed to be a joke.
Because it's a joke, you can never take it seriously.
Gee, I wonder which one of your pictures got reported. I'm pretty sure this comment chain speaks for itself about his hypocrisy.
Do any of you remember the section of my Matruko 11 rant where I made a load of comments and jokes surrounding various memes he created?
Yeah, totally not a kiss up to the majority of the animation community. I know who I'm rooting for. Nice spam. I don't get your definition of best.
It seems like a couple got inspired from that slightly incoherent format. Not quite the rip-off territory I've seen someone call it Strange Elephant Pole, but I cannot excuse this butchery.
This guy also has a huge hate boner for Lana from the Loud House, and his reasons for hating her are just plain retarded.
Reasons why I hate Little Loud. 1. Because she acts like a dog when she gets upset.
From what I remember from watching the Loud House, that was supposed to be a joke.
Jokes can never carry meaning. Wow, screw on Cartoon Justice Warriors.
2. In the episode of Diet Pressure, she made a shit face like this.
Asterisk, $hashtag hit.
3. She's not a dog. Not yet she ate dog food this same year.
Ooh, nobody gives a shit. I have the power of God and Joji on my server.
4. She said dating underage. I guess you have to be 10-year-olds to say that, but not a 6-year-old.
This journal is so easy to make jokes about. Why are you wasting it on lifeless banter? Well, I guess you don't have the same level of humor that I do. And the ones you do have are more forced in mind.
5. Say that random feed post. See under the red line. See it now.
This actually has some importance later on, so remember it.
Okay, that does not count as a reason. You're just saying, hey, look at this random pose of a person I hate, and I'm counting this as a reason, cause fuck you.
You can't draw middle fingers properly. They look like screws. Well, screw you too.
6. Level out. Put soup items in the pool. I don't care if it tastes like chicken noodle soup.
Serious. This journal is a goldmine of hilarity.
That is her personality, a tomboy. What makes you think she wouldn't do that?
When the hell has there ever been a group of tomboys throwing soup shit into a pool? I don't know a lot about the character type, so please let me know if it's a common occurrence.
7. In the intro she lets all the water out of the sink. You know how stupid you are, little girl. We needed to wash our hands.
Yes, we must all wash our hands to get rid of the satanic germs with holy water.
Hecking funny as heck joke.
He also made a journal about a user by the name of Kip Kitty Detective, just saying that he hates her. After doing some research on her, she didn't give him permission to edit her art, so he went apeshit on her. Ace, she had every right to not give you permission. It is considered art theft if you just reassign it without permission. Also, you probably don't even know what a rant is. A rant is supposed to give valid reasons on why you hate someone. All that you said that she was dumb, so this is basically a hate journal.
Oh no, hate speech!
Now, the next part of this rant will contain disturbing material, and trust me when I say this, that this is the most messed up part of the rant. He has a specific fetish for a leg pose, and this is probably the worst thing he has ever posted on DeviantArt as of this video. Ace, no one wants to know that the leg pose Lana is doing gives you a fucking boner. Not only that this makes you look like a creep, but also a pedophile.
A creep, understandable. A pedophile, kinda pushing it. Not defending Ace, but isn't he 12 years old? Just being sexually attracted to some random leg pose wouldn't exactly be pedophilia. Bear in mind that this pose was one of the reasons he hated Lana, for some reason.
He also hates the fact that he gets a bone from it. Ace, there's a little something in life called puberty. You get used to it eventually.
You shot yourself in the foot so bad that you can no longer move.
I mean, seriously, I'm surprised your parents haven't sent you to a mental hospital yet.
Hello, this is Child Protective Services. How can I help you? Hi, my 12-year-old son has an attraction to some leg pose of an underage character. Send him to a mental hospital immediately, sir. Ma'am, we'll have to see this through to determine if our criteria will fit what you wish. No, dumb crap! He's a deviant little bastard who is likely to become a future child rapist. Send him in now! Jesus, don't you think that's an overreaction?
Now that that's over, it's time for the final thoughts. Firstly, you're obviously not old enough to socialize on the internet yet. I suggest that you leave social media for as long as possible until you think you're ready for it. The internet is a place of criticism and you are going to get it whether you like it or not.
Well, the internet's also a place for entertainment and research. Not everything on the internet revolves around criticism.
Thirdly, stop your hate boner towards Lana. She is a fictional character that you take way too seriously, and you hate her for the most retarded reasons.
This clearly doesn't remind me of every Go Anime commentary ever at all!
Thanks for watching, everyone. This is the Package Reviewer signing off.
Stop stealing my outro sounds! Here's how I can describe most of Package's rants. He makes some decent points, a load of no-shit Sherlock statements, and generally never leaves his comfort zone. But as the algorithms have shown, mediocrity is most rewarded and appreciated. With all the pre-pubes in the comments of his work, it shows.
Tunes also made Leanie and Luna marry Sue for being nice all the time. That upset me. Thank God I blocked him forever. Honey, where's the gun? We don't have one. Shit. Oh, we have a new school. Can I have it? Not really. I'm almost 12 and I'm way smarter than this guy. I hope you understand. Still, Keep up the good work.
Take my advice. When your reputation is dead, don't you dare come back. This kid is stupid, he's pathetic, and he should be IP blocked across the globe. I'm having a brainstem explosion. Next in stores is Meegzo Free Reign. By the title, I guess we'll deal with someone who kills Loud House characters.
Warning, some viewers may find this video very disturbing due to the imagery we're about to show you.
Hey, Swatch1997, I wasn't aware you were featured.
Meegzo 3 is a sadist, pedophile, and an OC stealer. Let's get to his statistics side, shall we? So here we have a picture of an older version of Lily drinking. Now, I understand the point of making this was to make some sort of fictional story and have others to roleplay, but why on an underage character? Just why?
It's not like other adult shows have stuff like kids drinking beer when they shouldn't. When was it also taboo to show kids drinking in a drawing anyway? You fucking overprotective soccer mom who buys Kids Bop compilations every other month.
This one has Lori Loud smoking weed, but he claims it's a cigarette. Which one is it?
Marijuana.
Also, smoking is very hazardous to your health, you know.
No Dippin' Dots.
Here's one of Lana getting mutilated by a head crab. The art on its own is actually good, but this is just plain disgusting. Not to mention that it's on an underage character.
Child mutilation is a touchy subject, for damn sure, and if you are squeamish towards this subject matter, that's perfectly okay. But don't forget the fact that this is actually fiction and isn't child porn.
Next image I'm about to show you is pretty graphic. Why? Why the fuck would you create this?
For funsies? What, you're anti-fun? Well, frick you, mum! Hashtag no fun allowed. Gotta queue up that frickin' Green Day!
This just proves how sadistic you are.
I'd debate the previous image was more graphic. Not to mention, by your admission...
Now, I understand the point of making this was to make some sort of fictional story and have others to roleplay. Okay then, where's the next image? Oh, there it is. Oh my god!
Well shit, you found some actual CP. And you peeked your mic to some channel swamp mess. By the way, nice ripoff of LeoFan93.
Just why the ever-lying fuck would you create this? This is just borderline child porn.
By borderline, you mean it is.
Which leads to my next part, his pedophile behavior. He seems to have this strange obsession over the character Tina from the Minions movie. He ships his own persona with her, which makes him look like a pedophile.
I don't see any pedophilic undertones within the ship, except for one image that you show after. Fun fact, I searched through Meeg's account and it looked like almost all the pieces of art you discussed were removed by him, making it even harder for me to determine if this image was serious or more fantasy-like. Though I am inclined to believe that this art was more on the cuter side rather than the sexual side.
Now here's the comment chain from a piece of Loud's art that will prove that he can't take criticism.
Is Lincoln kissing the nose? Or what?
Fuck you, you Justin pussy.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Okay, sorry, that was over-exaggerated.
And overdone as balls?
Others are grown to hate this ship, and they have a very good reason why. They are siblings, which is incest, and incest is wrong.
Incest is wrong. Boldest statement of the year, people.
Now for some of his xenophilia ships. All of these ships are just beyond disgusting. Why the hell would you ship aliens with underage characters, you sicko?
These don't even look like serious ships. They're meant to be disturbing, and I wouldn't say they cross the line. Other than the actual sexual crap on his gallery, you're kind of cherry-picking examples of supposed pedophilia.
Now, he has made a comic series called 1900s plus 2000s, which is just a blatant rip-off of Undertale.
Which ripped off Earthbound to some degree.
Totally hyped for Undertale free, by the way.
And according to the description of the intro, it says, and I quote, "It's a story about the two races named characters and creators."
Wow! How original! Wow! How original!
Oh wait. Afterwards, he brings up that a lot of the users casted into his series don't want to be in it.
Fine. What a fucking N-word. Just because you're a fucking asshole that don't understand. It was fucking that 3 years ago that you liked my arts. So you're now fucking happy now, you dick.
Whoa! Look, yes, I like your art, but if you wanted me to join this, you could have just asked.
Miguan, he never wanted to be in your series in the first place.
You forgot that Pikaboy 5 might have been okay if Meegs asked first.
Also, he's upset because of his haters.
Stop dabbing in the Cheerios, son.
But hey, I feel getting hated due to when I made about Loud House characters get killed by monsters, but hey, I created them for stories, okay? I'm just an idiot in a computer, all day long, but not that long, haters. You are not the boss of me. I do everything I wanted.
Miguan, they have every right to hate you for what you have made. They were underaged, and them being fictional is not a fucking excuse.
This post is specifically talking about the graphic art, dude. And to some degree, I kind of have to defend his poorly worded and salty response, as he did say those were for stories. I'll remain skeptical, but I'll take his word for now.
Some of the deviations he uploads are just frames of Treasure Planet, which is very lazy and pointless.
Apparently, these were the posts he decided to keep. Okay.
He stole an OC called Nathalie Stardust, recolored it, and claims that as his own and called it the original's older sister. Apparently, the original owner fell for it and Meigs gave it to him as a gift. Miguan, that is probably one of the worst actions you have committed. You can't just steal someone's character, recolor it, call it your own, and give it to the owner. They just make the siblings look 100% like each other.
Alterations from the creator can be made to make it more distinguishable. Ever thought of that?
Now, before I say my final thoughts here, here's a special guest who wants to share his thoughts on Meigs. Take it away, Dr. Venus.
Meigs, you're an interesting person to say the least. Your art is decent. Your ideas are stolen. You in general. Oh my god.
How do I structure a summary?
You like to force people into that dumb little Undertale comic, which is just basically YouTubers and DeviantArt users, the movie. And if they don't want to be in it, you call them some rather mean and disparate names. You don't put a mature filter on anything you draw that actually is mature, like little kids dying and Lori Loud smoking weed. I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanted to see that.
Drug usage needs a mature filter too? You are pretty much acting like a yes man to package, Dr. Venus.
Now for my final thoughts. Meigs is a sadistic, a pedophile, unoriginal, and a thief. Learn to take criticism and stop your obsession over underage girls.
I bet $1,000 for any video which brings up those exact same 2 points in this ranting space.
Kind of reminds me of someone else.
Machuco was much more open about his waifu, so quit your yapping.
Also, I know a place that could really help you out. You seem to really need it.
You need to send Meigs in too!
Anyways, that's all for this rant, and special thanks to Dr. Venus for being in this video.
Drunken Bill Cipher will only be good when not paired with your shallow-ass rants. Really, the guy has charisma.
This is the Package Reviewer signing off.
Change your outro music to this. One last video should do it, and that's the one which follows the one on Meigs, all because he's mentioned in the opening.
Some people have been defending this guy by saying that he is disabled and that he is 14. First of all, being disabled is not an excuse to get away with criticism. You can't just say, I have autism so you can't criticize me. Secondly, no matter what age you are, finding a minor sexy is just sick and borderline child porn.
Age sort of can be used as an excuse under some circumstances. From what Charchi is saying, most of the shipping art was made when he was a preteen, meaning he probably didn't know better. That and his ship with Tina isn't as creepy as it looks. Most of it wasn't even pedo bait for one thing. You know it's bad when I have to defend the suggestive art he made to some caliber.
Today's rant will be on Bartoons, aka Emanuelito. He's one of those die-hard cartoon fans.
Now this guy I've seen, and he is quite the nutcase. Here's a challenge. Try reading all the fan buttons on his profile bio without quitting. I've tried and it exhausted the fuck out of me. The man's also responsible in the creation of these off-putting memes. How could you louse a rant on this guy up?
Relationship, United States and Italy, my favorite countries, and I'm neutral with Donald Trump, but I hate Japan. I saw also Mexico, Canada, Spain, France, Germany, Greek and Egypt. I love cartoons, and I'm single, and I stay at home, and I go get parts.
I like how he claims he's from the US, yet his grammar is terrible.
It's hilariously bad, but no need to generalize the crap out of his grammar, acting like everyone in the US has decent grammar. He might have lacked a good schooling, or is young for all we know.
Now for his quote-unquote art. All of his digital art are just still images in one picture.
Look who's talking, bub!
He seems to have this fetish for Luna and Lenny kissing Lincoln on the cheeks. And he also created a harem for Lincoln. He makes repetitive memes on Lincoln and his harem, which are redundant to say the least.
Is this an alt account to Machuco?
Speaking of redundancy, he calls anime Japanese anime. Because what else would anime be if they were Japanese?
South Korean anime like Dooley apparently don't exist.
And the only reason why he hates Japan is because of anime, which is a really fucking stupid reason to hate a country. That's like saying you hate China just because they make cheap plastic products.
Donald Trump's vendetta for China, pretty much. Package Reviewer spends over 2 minutes having text-to-speech voices read comments, but I'll only show you the highlights as there is little to say.
That and there are more terrible Western cartoons than terrible aims.
The Random 500 has clearly not heard about the more babyish and fetishy animes that come out, like Fairy Tail. Plus, not too many anime shows look distinct. Anime as a whole isn't inferior for those reasons alone, but I don't agree that more good animes exist than cartoons. Feel free to disagree with me if you please.
With any cartoon, there is a hint of anime inside of it.
That's kinda bullshit. But the late 80s into the 90s, I get where you're saying with the rise of Japanese studios like Tokyo Movie Shinsha animating Western cartoons. And of course by the 2000s when anime became more easily accessible in the States, and more shows gained influence from it. But before those times, it was rare.
Wrong. Without cartoons, Loud House would have never existed. And shut up. I'm not dumb racist. Cartoons is good and amazing along with Loud House. But anime, it fucking sucks. Shut up, you moron idiot and Sully. Cartoons equals hooray. Japanese anime equals suck.
Bart, you are so quotable.
Now let's take a look at his fandom cartoon ship meme. Favorite non-canon ship, Star and Lincoln. Well, of course it's not canon. They're not from the same show.
That's why it's on that box.
He is also infamous for spamming requests of Luna and Lenny kissing Lincoln on the cheeks, which is very repetitive and too lighthearted.
Lighthearted? What? You already mentioned the cheek kiss fixation Bart has earlier on. You could have talked about the requests there. Organization matters.
Also, did I mention that he stole someone's artwork for a meme?
I don't inherently see that much of a problem with using someone else's art for a meme as long as you give credit, which Bart does not credit TX Toon Guy 1037 for the Lenny X Kenny image, but yeah, could have said that instead. I've got nothing else here, so I'll wrap this up. What do I think of the package reviewer? Okay, for real. I did skip a lot of your criticisms because half of them are actually valid. Those screw-ups do bar down your rants to a significant degree for me though. That and the occasional possible rip-off moments. You have plenty of potential to become great, no lie. But one of my biggest suggestions is to try and cover more topics. You aren't just going to get by with Loud House fans on DeviantArt and cartoon fans. May not work like magic the first couple of times, but that's what me and other critics are for. And for me, I really should become less derivative as well over time. Suggestions may not work for this little annoyance for either of us, or anyone really. You're probably the best creator I've done a full video on from an objective standpoint, but as I've said, your projects need some more oomph to them. Thank you all for watching. This is Bracken Neutron celebrating 3 years on YouTube.
You still haven't sent Base and me to the mental hospital! I am suing you, Child Protective Services! You worthless lying sons of bitches!